First of all, we have here all the components in the table: the CPU, the RAM, the hard drive, the power supply, the heatsink and the fan, the motherboard, and the respective screws. Then we got to place the CPU in the socket of the motherboard. So we push the lever down and a little bit to the right, and also we raise up the cover of the socket. Then we take the CPU and we must look at the small triangle in the corner of the processor. This triangle marks the fixed pin of the socket to properly place the processor in the socket. And also note that we let fall the CPU in the socket. Never we push the CPU to the socket. Once we have placed the CPU in the socket, we return the lever and the cover to its original position. Now we add some thermal paste on the top of the processor to allow to transfer the heat better to the heatsink. Also, it would be nice if we spread the thermal paste over all the surface of the processor. We take the heatsink and the CPU fan and we place it on the top of the CPU. Also, do not forget to connect the CPU fan wire that gives the power to the fan. Finally, we screw it to the motherboard. Now we got to insert the RAM in the first available DIMM with the tabs previously opened. And making sure that we do not touch the RAM pins, because our static electricity will make the RAM useless. We have to push carefully the RAM till it makes a sound like. Now we screw the separators to the chassis.
Now we symbol the black panel.
And we have made a mistake now. We put the motherboard in the case first, before putting the power supply first. But we only mount the motherboard before the power supply if the power supply will bother us while mounting the motherboard. Having commented this, we mount the motherboard according to its form factor in the separators we just have mounted. Now we take the power supply and we place it, leaving the level visible when we remove the cover of the opposite side of the back panel. And now we connect the power connector on the motherboard. And also we connect the 12 volts wire on the motherboard. And finally, the wire to give power to the chassis fan. Now we put the hard drive in one of the 3.5-inch bays and we screw it. Also, we connect the SATA wire in the disk. And the other end of the wire in the first available SATA port of the motherboard. Finally, also we connect the SATA power on the hard drive disk. Now we wrongly connect the reset button wire from the frontal panel, but anyways, we go to connect the wires from the frontal panel according to its serigraphy on the motherboard. Also, we connect the power LED in one of the molecs that we have.
So we connect to USB from the front panel in your motherboard. Finally, we connect the press force in the correct ports.
Turn on the PC to check if the motherboard detects all the components correctly. Also note that it will be better if we do not close the PC with the cover yet. We should wait if it makes any strange sound that will mean that the fans are touching perhaps one wire or something. We check on the BIOS if the motherboard detects the CPU, the RAM and the hard disk drive, and yep. Finally, we close the PC with the cover and we screw it.